Hi, thank you so much for your time. My name is Catalina. I'm a resident at Quincy Point, and I immigrated here to Quincy 9 years ago. I came to high school here, just graduated from North Quincy High School, and when I was here, I actually had to travel to Boston to get all the resources, just as a recent immigrant, to get youth programs, support to apply for college, and even a lot of programs that allow me to develop myself as a really great leader, all these social, emotional skills that are really important. So my question is, now that I come back after 9 years, I've been working with a lot of organizations in different neighborhoods, including Boston, Malden, Quincy, and I've seen a lot of great models to provide these opportunities for the young people in our community. So my question is, would you support in creating a proposal that actually collaborates with community organizations that are doing this kind of work in Quincy to create youth jobs and more of these opportunities for them? So I know something like Boston, they have the Success Link, so BYF, Boston Youth Fund, and so all these great models. I think Quincy can benefit from this, so I'd like to learn about you.
Mr. Phelan?
I think it would be exciting to collaborate and to look to other communities to see how they do things to improve their cities. So yeah, when I was mayor, we opened the Atlantic Neighborhood Center in the northern end of the city, where kids now go constantly after school and do their homework. Very successful. We have a great recreational program in Quincy, but how about a cultural center in Quincy? How about expanding our neighborhood programs where kids don't necessarily want to be athletes, but would rather look to the arts to expand their horizons. We need community centers all over the city in order to do that. We also, when I was in office, were able to obtain the St. Boniface Church in Germantown and turn that church into the Germantown Neighborhood Center, where it services thousands of residents on a daily basis. These are the types of opportunities that come around that you have to take advantage of. But collaboration, looking to best practices, and keeping our youths busy after school, before school, and right until they go to bed is the best way to have a vibrant city. So absolutely, I'm all ears and 100% looking forward to that challenge.
Mr. Coe?
I too would love to chat with you a little bit more on that. We have a great collaboration now with the YMCA, with Quincy Asian Resources. We've got some great programs where kids from North Quincy High actually get onto our elementary schools and help kids after school with their homework. There's a lot of collaboration happening now. As I've talked about, I'm so proud of our school system. We provide so much by way of services to the families of our city. Mayor Phelan related to the Quincy Recreation Department. Incredible programs provided by our recreation staff, winter programs, summer programs to all families. In fact, the last 2 summers we hired a number of new seasonal employees in the recreation department of Asian descent, working with the Asian youngsters at the playground. So that's been very successful, but be happy to do more, collaborate with others to enhance that. You said you graduated from North Quincy High School, so my son just headed off to St. Joe's College from here. Had a wonderful experience because he got involved. He was involved with the Students Against Destructive Decision. He played sports. He did very well academically and was supported every step of the way by the staff at this building. So proud of our schools. They still have 2 more children here making their way through. So far, so good. Please God, their mother's done a great job with them. But we've got to continue to work schools, nonprofits, the YMCA, Quincy Asian Resources, and others to continue to enhance the program that we do provide.
Thank you, Mr. Phelan. You did answer that question. We have some more time, so I have one more question. This one goes back to the 2-minute, 1 minute. Okay. You know what? No. This one is 90 seconds each. Let's just do this one 90 seconds each and even it up. Do you have any ideas on how the city could enhance public transportation and traffic flows to support the residential and business development? And continuing in that line, do you see a need to improve Quincy's intersections and sidewalks to be safer and more pedestrian friendly? Yes, Mr. Coe.
Actually, we've been doing that just outside this door. major project for, this intersection is one of the 200 worst in the state. It's now been rebuilt. Quincy Avenue, East and West Howard, the same thing. We now have a state money for $1.2 million to design between Palmer Street all the way to Southern Avenue, C Street, improvements in that corridor, because it not only deals with the people of Ward 1, but the commuters coming through the traffic in the morning. So we continue to do that. We work with our state officials to rebuild the Neponset Bridge, work with our state officials on a new Fall River Bridge. The MBTA, this governor is tackling it. I'm very pleased with that. The Red Line has needed a lot of improvement, and we're now doing, well, the T's doing a lot of improvement, replacing the third rail, and a lot of operational improvements along the Red Line south of Boston, which is going to enhance. We continue to advocate to the T that we need more cars in the morning. The reality is, if you're trying to get on Wollaston and North Quincy, it's very difficult at that rush hour to get into the train. You need a shoehorn to get in. So as much as the state wants to promote smart growth, which we're working with them on, we need to provide that transportation link for these folks trying to get to work to Boston in the morning. So we'll continue to work that. I think there's plenty of room for improvement. We're also the lead agency working with the state and federal officials once again, collaborating on replacing the Quincy Center T station, which is going to improve bus service as well. It'll be a whole terminal for buses as well as a new station. So we'll continue to work with our state and federal officials. We've been very successful at that to enhance our transportation systems.
Okay.
You know, I mean, 8 years ago, Mayor Koch ran against me complaining about the traffic. And let me tell you something, it's not gotten any better, it's gotten extremely worse. When I talked in my opening about no vision for the future, development seeming to be unbridled and being put up willy-nilly, this is what I'm talking about. We have to look to developers. When they're proposing new developments, we have to look to them to mitigate the impacts of development in the cars that are going to be going on our streets, and how to sustain that. Or we shouldn't let it continue to grow at the pace in the locations that it's growing. When I was mayor, we rezoned Quincy Center, streamlined the permitting process, developed a district improvement finance zone down there, and designed, permitted, took all the properties, and obtained the funding to construct that roadway that the ribbon was cut after I left, but was made as an east-west connector to improve the traffic flow in Quincy Center, but to try to guide development, smart development, in ways that it can be sustained, and in areas it can be sustained. The developers are controlling the destiny of our city. We shouldn't allow it.
Thank you. We're going to